everyone, this is a frog, also known as acetic acid. I'm closing in on 58 prior RuneScape Classic, and in this video I'm going to show my current lab stock at the moment and explain how to get such lab stock yourself. First and most obvious is my back closet, which contains all the chemicals. I segregate them on different shelves by type: acids at the top, base on the second drawer, which are both corrosive, and oxidizers in the middle, flammables on the second to last drawer, and relatively non-hazardous chemicals near the bottom. I have intents to sooner or later put cardboard all across these shelves so the acid doesn't drip on the base or something, but right now this is how I operate as far as organization. All of the chemicals are clearly labeled for the most part, but yeah. We begin with my shelf that contains acids. First to be mentioned is Wink Rust Remover. It contains 3% solution of hydrofluoric acid. It's somewhat hazardous seeing as it is a hydrofluoric acid solution, so you need to apply a calcium salt if you get it on you. It is being sold at anywhere that contains cleaning products pretty much, such as Publix. And I am not ready to use this stuff yet because it corrodes through glass and I do not have a usable container to do it in. Alright, next is muriatic acid. This is being sold at a lot of hardware stores like Ace Hardware or Tractor Supply Co. It's being sold in quart or gallon sizes. It's better to get the gallon size because it's cheaper per unit. This is 10.2 molar, 31.45%. It's really good for technical grade, but if you need pure stuff, it's possible to buy 12 molar reagent grade online. I don't need that yet. Alright, next to be mentioned is Rudo Professional Drain Opener. This is being sold at Ace Hardware. It contains concentrated 96% 18.0 molar sulfuric acid by titration. Do not trust any other product that claims to contain sulfuric acid, as it is likely to be brown from colloidal suspended carbon. Alright, next to be mentioned is sodium bisulfate. This is sold as a pool pH lowering chemical as an alternative to muriatic acid. It is relatively impure seeing as it contains sodium sulfate contamination. Don't know if you can read that, but it is very useful as a substitute for sulfuric acid. And you can get this at Walmart or any pool supplies company. Alright, next is vinegar. Here is typical supermarket vinegar. This is around 5%, which would correspond to 0.87 molar, but I have yet to titrate this stuff to confirm that. It's not really good enough for most purposes unless you need to neutralize a base spill or do a volcano demonstration, but it is worth mentioning. You can get this almost any supermarket. Alright, slightly better vinegar is this Top Job Cleaning Vinegar. I titrated this at 0.83 molar, so slightly below 5%. And this is for cleaning, so it doesn't have the sugar additives that are typical of store-bought vinegar. So it produces cleaner hot ice if you're into that. And it's just generally a more pure product of acetic acid. You can get this at Walmart. And now for the mother of all vinegar. This is the glacial acetic acid I bought online. I got it from a biodiesel company, paid around $11 for this 1 quart. And it gives you plenty of warnings about its contents, and if you open it, it fills the room with the smell of vinegar almost immediately. And finally is oxalic acid dihydrate. This is sold at Ace Hardware. It is a wood bleaching agent. It's, again, quite hazardous, but if you know what you're doing, it's fine. And that is where you can get a lot of acids. Okay, next are bases. The first chemical in the row is baking soda. I got this in a 12-pound size at the pool supplies section of Walmart. Cost me around, I'd say, $7 to get the 12 pounds. It's very useful if you need to neutralize acid spills, but that's its only real use unless you want to make copper carbonate, which I have somewhere down there. And next is potassium carbonate. I have yet to label this because I can't find a way to stick it to the glass. I got it as a pH raising chemical for swimming pools. Can't remember where, but I boiled it down and I'm trying to desiccate it. Next is ammonia. Here is Publix ammonia. It's for household use. It's around 10%. It's kind of impure, so if you need good stuff, you buy this 10% janitorial strength ammonia from the Ace Hardware. Let me just do a simple demonstration. Here is the Publix household vinegar. If you shake this stuff, it quickly fills with bubbles, making it near useless. However, if you shake the Ace ammonia, which I don't feel like demonstrating, it is completely surfactant free, and hence that shows it's slightly better. Alright, next is sodium hydroxide. This bottle on the left is Household Lye. I got this at Ace Hardware in a 1-pound size for around $3. Next, in this larger bottle, is the same sodium hydroxide being sold as Drain Cleaner at Tractor Supply Company in a 2-pound size for about $8. Hence, it's better to buy the 1-pound size because it's cheaper per unit. This is very good stuff, although it's quite dangerous, so... And this is a face shield for some reason, and those are the bases that I am currently employing. Okay, next is my chemicals that could be classified as oxidizing agents. Here is Drain Care Root Killer Copper 2 Sulfate Pentahydrate. This is sold in a 2-pound size. I had to pay around $15 for this, so it's kind of expensive. But you can get it at Lowe's in the plumbing section to kill roots when it's flushed down the toilet. And this stuff is very useful for a variety of experiments such as electrolysis and study of hydrates. This next thing is 2 instant cold packs that I paid around $8 for. They contain ammonium nitrate in a rather large quantity, which is quite pure by observation. This thing in the back here is some bleach that I got. You can get this kind of stuff almost anywhere. This is 6% sodium hypochlorite solution. I haven't labeled it yet. And this is the same sort of deal, except it's a larger size from Publix. Alright, here's Green Light Stump Remover, potassium nitrate. It's not great, but it works. You can also get this product as Spectracide Stump Remover at Walmart. And this next thing is sodium nitrate. You can't really buy this stuff, so I made it from sodium hydroxide and potassium nitrate, which worked very effectively. And next is hydrogen peroxide. You can get this at almost any pharmacy, such as CVS or Walgreens. This is the typical 3% stuff. You can use it for stuff, but after I got this next thing, I only really need to use it for cleaning up manganese dioxide messes. And this is the mother of all oxidizers. It is Baquacil chlorine-free swimming pool oxidizer. You can get this at some pool supply stores. It comes in a plastic bag, kind of like the Rudo. And it contains 27% hydrogen peroxide in a very pure form. I paid around $18 for this, but it was worth it. Okay, now that we are in the area, I might as well talk about my pocket scales that I have. I have 2 scales. This is an electronic pocket scale for weighing jewelry. It cost me around $13. And this weighs to the 0.01 gram, but it can only hold 200 grams. This next one is a thing I bought at Harbor Freight for a similar amount of money. It only goes to 0.1 gram, but it can weigh the 1 kg of crap that I've managed to accumulate, so I like to use both for various purposes. Okay, next is for my as-of-yet unlabeled flammable materials. We begin with the isopropyl rubbing alcohol, contains isopropanol, and this stuff comes in a 70% concentration, available almost anywhere, and a 91% concentration available at pharmacies for slightly more. Next is methyl ethyl ketone. You can get this at Home Depot or Ace Hardware. It costs a respectable amount, but it's very usable in a lot of different applications. Next is toluene. You can again get this at Ace Hardware or Home Depot. It's a good substitute for benzene, which is banned. And next is acetone, which is actually imported from the previous owner of the house who left it behind. But it's, again, usable for a lot of stuff and is quite cheap.